Welcome to Be Super University. Today, our topic is driving forces. We were just doing an introduction today, giving you a little bit of taste of how important driving forces are to you. And over the next few videos, we'll dive into these individually that we're going to talk about today. But driving forces are such an amazing piece of information to understand about yourself, as well as to understand about others. We've already talked about DISC. DISC is how you do things, so how you behave. And driving forces is your motivators. This is why you do things. This is why you make the choices that you make. These are your drivers. These are the things that fuel your gas tank, that give you energy. And by fulfilling your driving forces, that adds to engagement and satisfaction. So if you think about it, if you've ever been in a job or you've ever been in an environment where you just weren't feeling engaged or satisfied by the work you were doing, there is a chance that you just weren't getting your driving force honored in that situation. And that could have made it so you were less engaged and not very satisfied with the situation. You can only last so long in that type of environment where you don't find that engagement and satisfaction through the things that you were doing. So as we talk about the driving forces, these are what make up your mindset. This is your perception of values, your biases, and ultimately these driving forces influence your decisions. And so when we compare driving forces to the DISC behaviors, they are unique on their own, but they also work very well together. Knowing both of them is very important to be able to really understand why you're making the decisions you are and how you're going to be doing those decisions or acting on those decisions. And so when we look at driving forces, there are 6 sections of driving forces, and each section, just like we talked about with the DISC behaviors, has a continuum. We are not getting into the continuums tonight. We are only going to talk specifically about each of these categories and kind of what value they are looking for. So first off, we have our power category, and this is the individual, the person valuing individuality, status, renown, and personal influence. So it's how they value those things related back to power. With others, this is how they value giving, being of service, and helping others. Knowledge is how you value gaining knowledge, learning, and discovery. On utility, it's how you value practicality, usefulness, and gaining a return on investments for time, talent, and resources. And then on surroundings, this is how you look at the beauty and form of your surroundings that impact and influence your experience. And then we have methodologies, which is the locating meaningful and defined systems that align with your personal beliefs. And so as we look at these, everybody has a piece of these, and as we look at each continuum, like I said, there's 2 sides to each category here. So there are 12 total driving forces. So there's 12 driving forces, and you will have 4 driving forces that are your top drivers. So the top things that really get your juices flowing. And as we discover through these coming videos, start to identify which ones make sense to you, which ones click with you. And as we do that, as you think about how these could be beneficial to you, these are also, so not only is this important for you to know about yourself, to make sure that you are engaged and satisfied in the position that you're working, in the environment that you're in, but these could also be utilized with the people you interact with. If you're in a leadership position and you have team members and you're wanting them to be engaged and satisfied with the work that they're doing, And if you've ever had any of those conversations that just didn't seem to go according to plan, we've talked about behaviors, and we know how the difference in behaviors, how you can adapt to have a similar behavior to the people you're interacting with. Well, these driving forces are also a key component in those conversations. If you are not talking about the way that somebody is driven, if you're actually talking, let's say they're closer to this side, doesn't matter which category, but let's say whatever you're talking about is hitting on this side of the continuum here, and they're actually the driver on this other side, it's going to be a dead cause. You're not going to really get them excited and engaged in whatever you're trying to encourage them to do or ask them to do, a project you're asking them to work on. You can use the knowledge of driving forces to really hit home with people and have that more effective communication, build those relationships. That's what we talk about here at Be Super University. We help individuals and organizations have stronger relationships, build more effective communication, higher productivity, and ultimately having a better team culture so that everybody can work better together. We know that the better you work together, the more impact you're going to make in your cause, and we want to work with you. If you want to learn more about driving forces, please come back tomorrow. Click on the subscribe button down below. Share this message with your friends, your family, your leaders, anybody who could benefit from learning a little bit more about driving forces and how they are important to you and to the business that you run. I'm here to help. If you would like to do a free 30-minute consultation, please use the email below. Let's talk. Let's find out if there's a relationship here that could be made and that we could both benefit each other down the road and help your team move on to greater success. Don't forget, care to share and be somebody's hero.